why isn't Danky on? Wait, let me hop on my computer on.
Actually, let me just update my my Twitch display so it actually shows the right thing. Why does it always play ads? That absolutely drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Did you know I'm actually Danky's banker?
Excuse
You're
me?
Danky's banker.
So,
Does that make you a Danky bank?
maybe. And it's like this. So, you know Danky's Vietnamese, yes?
I do now.
Well, Danky's Vietnamese. And the way he pays for his raws, you basically just send some people some money on PayPal, yes?
Hmm.
Well, as it turns out, PayPal doesn't like you if you're from Vietnam.
Oh my god, it's an FBT!
You might want to tell FBT what we're actually doing here.
Congrats, FBT! You've been added to the podcast. Wait, who muted him? Did he mute him?
He muted himself.
Good job, FBT. Good job. You
So
muted.
basically-
Oh, he's on a bus! Yeah, we'll still be going, I'm sure.
But basically, because PayPal kept closing his account, he's like, what do I do?
Why were they closing his account?
Because he didn't have a Visa card registered to it, and it was in Vietnam, so they're like suspicious transactions. So now I handle all of Danky's money and send.
Danky actually trusted another. I don't even know where to start with this kid.
I'm gonna be honest. He has a pretty nice chunk of money for buying rolls. He's very consistent.
Is it from donations or is it his own money?
I guarantee you it's from the porn. I guarantee you.
People really like their porn.
Yeah, no, his side hustle is fucking Red Lantern. Oh, rakes in money.
Like, it isn't fist over hand money, but it's enough that I'm like, damn, that's a good. You're consistently in a good amount, Danky.
You know, I have Ron on my friend list. I could randomly add him. When was the last time I talked to him?
Wait, who?
You know, over the Rambo.
Oh shit, Ran. Yeah, okay.
Right?
It's up to you.
Wait, does Ran actually do stuff?
I don't know if he does stuff anymore,
Look,
but he's
Qwaz,
on my friend list, and he's online.
If we go by are we currently doing things, none of us are currently doing things. Let's be fucking real.
I've never seen Ran actually do anything though.
Well, I mean, I'm currently.
No, when I say do anything, I mean I've never actually seen them use Discord.
Oh.
In all my years of using Discord.
Ran and I
no,
have chatted on Discord before.
He used to use Skype a good handful, but then we changed to Discord, yeah.
I know, it says he's online. Do you want me to add him?
Up to you, dude. I want to get action. No, everyone in my house is fucking sick, dude. It's terrible. Some degree of ill.
Is awake.
Oh, I can add my roommate who knows nothing about anything we do.
Yes.
Oh, what could go wrong? What?
I can add my brother who's in the same boat.
Yes.
Double what?
There's also
Good
some. Who the fuck is Waffles?
You tell me. That name sounds familiar, though.
We're going to have the largest podcast ever.
Well, it's like, I wouldn't mind. Like, frankly, it's really.
Shit, when did you should accept my friend request?
Oh, shit. Oh, dude, we should try to get Esty in here.
Oh, God, no. This has just turned into a giant shit show. And he's on my friend list, by the way.
I know he's on mine, too. He banned me from his server, but he didn't kick me off his friends list.
Ah! Wow. Did you make fun of Mushoku Tensei or something?
No, I made fun of the fucking Muda Maid bot that they were spamming to get waifus. Somebody pinged me in the bot channel I had muted, and they're like, man, you should roll this, it's pretty fun. And I was like, why the fuck are you guys collecting virtual waifus? And then I got banned from his server.
And that banned you?
Yeah, it was like within seconds I got banned.
Wow.
Yeah, it could have been kicked. I didn't get any notifications or anything, so it was probably a kick, but I'm just like, are you joking me right now? .png.
Wow.
Insult the bot, get banned.
Don't you dare insult a man's waifu.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, we can always add Torque.
There's a lot of things we could do. I think adding Torque would be the worst decision you could possibly make. That's just gonna be my my stance on that.
What did Sam used to do in the translation community? Was he just English editor, or did he actually translate?
Oh, did he do JP?
Some?
Yeah, some did Japanese stuff.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
He
I always thought he was
Japanese
he did
stuff.
Chinese for obvious reasons.
Yeah, but he was a good Japanese translator. But again, he's forgotten all his Japanese now.
Qwaz, why are you so
Whoops.
fucking quiet?
We could also add ENSJ into this.
I'm kind of far away from my thing because I'm eating as well.
Okay, you know what? I'll just turn up your volume on Discord.
Yeah. Qwaz, you're so quiet compared to the rest of us.
I can hop on. I can use my microphone when I'm done eating. Or
He's
I
a
can hop on
blind
my
deaf
phone
mute. Leave him alone.
where I should be loud. Where I should be louder.
You do that. You be all the loud.
Anyways,
So do you think if SD saw you in here, he would just immediately leave without even like asking?
I don't know.
anything?
I frankly don't know. Like, I don't think I'm on bad terms with him, and I would really hope he's a little more mature than to instantly hate me for life because I made fun of a fucking bot.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you saw him rake me over the coals for just a bad comment about Mushoku Tensei. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Is he hiddenly on the spectrum and we just never knew?
Oh shit. Maybe he's bipolar, I don't know.
I'm not the one to ask.
I think Essie just preparing for his inevitable move to Japan. He needs to prepare by getting angry about various things like waifus and Mushoku Tensei.
Wow.
Oh boy. Anyways, we should actually probably get the ball rolling because we got what 35. 40
we have the
minutes
reader.
till
It's
Yabai.
fine. Qwaz will be good input. We'll get Yabs
Question.
and FET later.
Do we have topics for the podcast?
We surprisingly do. So
we
Sully
have
and
an agenda. Whether we stick to it or not is the real question. Though.
We have an agenda. We have a narrative. This is CNN 9 o'clock news.
Oh God, not CNN.
Yeah, no, me and Soli talked about it last night because she just caught me when I was setting all this up, so I started my rant then. But effectively, the entire, this was just kind of
Wait, are we actually starting, right now, or?
Sure, why not? Just get the ball rolling, actually get going. It happened in your server, Soli. Some of your people were asking about when we were going to start the podcast up again, because it was something that we did very briefly a couple of years ago. And
we did 2, and we recorded a 3rd, and I remember, was it Shanks' friend edited it for us, that he got really pissy that we never actually uploaded it, because we just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, no comment. No comment.
Oh, well, I guess we're back now.
Oh, wait, Zach.
All because someone made a random remark that, oh, hey, I liked your podcast, what are you doing? What again?
Did you show Solly the recording of our attempts to play Minecraft yesterday?
I sent it to her.
Oh my God, you guys are fucking hilarious.
I had to wait for it to process. Yeah, but you being so fucking quiet, I went in and installed software to rebalance my my microphones and shit. So
yeah, I don't know why. Unless I'm face right next to my microphone, it doesn't pick up great.
Oh wow, you actually sound much louder now. Good job.
That's because I'm sitting in bed and I'm picking up the microphone and speaking straight to it.
On the fly, changing his volume because it's too loud now. But anyways,
I need a microphone stand to hold up my microphone.
Be nice.
That'd be nice, but
probably.
Oh no, sorry, I was talking about cat. Because little cat likes to bully the big cat because the big cat is the scaredy cat.
Oh, as long as the big cat doesn't bully you, I guess we're fine. Pecking order.
One of my cats is named Big Cat. Literally, that's just her name.
Aww.
It's because she was a stray and she used to bully our kittens because she's older. So we're like, "Oi, Big Cat." And then when she finally moved in, my mom took her to the vet. She's like, "What's her name?" She's like, Big Cat," because that's what we yelled. And so she just became Big Cat.
I guess that went on her official record. Thus, it was set in stone.
Yep, that's pretty much it. It's kind of like how my dad's official name on his birth certificate is Russian. But because it's because
you were black.
Oh no, he was born in Russia. But when they moved back,
so
to
you're
Burma,
black. Your dad's Russian. I'm so confused with your fucking heritage, dude.
But when they moved back to Burma, they were basically like, forget it. We don't need to bother about your birth certificate name. And so
a Russian guy in Burma giving birth to a black kid. There you go.
Oh no,
I hope it wasn't the dude giving birth.
Oh yeah, but it's because apparently my grandmother was there for for work, and the Soviet government were very suspicious. Apparently, whenever they drove off somewhere, they always got followed.
Hmm.
But but
Communist.
I found out my aunt still speaks Russian.
Oh, nice.
Like enough
you?
that she. No, sadly not.
More
My
than
dad,
skabla, or however you say that.
my dad forgot everything. But apparently, she speaks well enough that the Russian government contacted her because they wanted to have her do work for them.
Hmm.
She said no. She was scared.
No shit. You don't want to get involved with the KGB.
No. It makes for a fun time when entering places like America or Israel, though. They look at my dad's passport, and they say, "So you're a Burmese national with a British passport, but you were born in the Soviet Union during the Cold War, before the Berlin Wall fell,
Wow. That
and
is
you're a
quite a family
doctor."
history on a
Not just that,
passport.
a doctor from
And he's
the
a
Soviet
doctor.
Union. One who happens.
Wow.
He's the kind of doctor that they get a reputation of working with dead bodies as well.
Yikes.
It makes
I
for a
really
fun
don't even
time
know what to
entry.
fucking say.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's colorful.
It's very colorful. That must be why Qwaz turned out to be a person of color.
It's a whole fucking.
Because his dad was so colorful.
It's an art project in itself. I don't know what to make of it.
It's okay. Mom's side of the family is also fun. Apparently, a while back, my uncle was living in a mansion paid for by taxpayer money.
Oh my.
It's a very corrupt place. I don't think they live there anymore.
I wouldn't blame them. Because I assume that was Burmese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To make it smaller.
Pretty sure they're still in a civil war, right?
Oh, of course, not just one, multiple.
Oh,
Fun
multiple civil wars.
Fun fact: it's the longest recorded civil war in history.
That one I knew.
But that's only one of them.
Because I watched Rambo 4, so I know these facts about Burma.
But if you want to get the idea of the situation right now, we can all watch the Top Gear Burma special and watch Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May party with the Shan State military, who are technically a rebel army.
Solely put
Speaking
that
of
on
which,
the
they're
to
most-
watch list. We'll watch that on Rabbit next week.
And the Grand Tour episode that just aired over on Amazon was really awesome when they went to Mongolia. They Did you see that one?
I have not, but I can.
Oh,
only
you
imagine
have to watch it. If you like those guys, it's a must watch.
Oh yeah, I will give you a warning for the Burma special. You do end up seeing some horse cock.
What?
I mean, I've seen horse cock before. I love horses, so cocks kind of go with the territory.
Things I didn't want to hear. Oh boy.
Does that make you a horse woman, Solly?
Maybe?
Or would you still
I don't know.
qualify as horse girl?
Oh, no, I'm too old for girl anymore.
She's the tried and true Christmas cake. Come on, Qwaz.
Yep, basically in my server, all the little chitlins have gotten to call me Auntie Soli, so that's my life now.
Yeah, you and Ray are the old. Oh, you're the older lady. I don't even know how fucking old Ray is anymore.
I have no idea how old Ray is.
Let us never forget. So Yabai is young enough to technically be Solly's kid. Maybe.
Only
Dude.
if I immediately got pregnant as soon as I had my period.
Yeah.
The thing with Yabai that always confuses, how do you get someone that has such a set of circumstances set up where you're 14 years old, you know Japanese and English, and you decide to translate smut and porn? How do you get there in your life?
I don't know.
Get it. Is it something in the Vegas air?
Calling it smut is not doing meat toilet justice. In one chapter, they go from anal play, exhibitionism, to an attempted suicide, an attempted murder, and a flashback to a rape.
Jesus Christ!
That was one chapter.
I mean, I never actually read it, but I kind of got the gist of it just from the title,
I had to read through it through editing.
Oh God, you were
You
the
edited
editor.
that?
You poor thing.
I was the editor at one. Oh wait. Let me find one of the things I had to basically.
No.
Oh no.
God, no.
Oh God, we're getting a live reading now.
No. This isn't for meat toilet. I think I've made Comrade and Xant read one of these things.
You
Oh,
probably
shit.
have. Yeah, I think,
was
yeah, you know
fun.
what? It's one of those nights that we were drunk. It was actually probably the night I had Carmine at my house on New Year's, and you
Yeah.
guys sent
Oh,
us a
God.
script, and I just set my laptop to open mic, and we just sat there drinking and reading the script for you guys.
Oh, I want to hear
Solid.
that.
Let me read you one of the things. One of the
Please
quotes
read
from it.
me one of the things.
Just don't get
This
my
is the-
Twitch taken down, thanks.
No, don't worry. This is from the series that Yabai had to stop because the author deleted all the work.
It's not like anybody's watching us. Let's get real.
But so basically, what happened was he was talking about he's getting it on with this girl, and he's like, it was like my thing was a meat toy. It was like a meat pop, not a popsicle, more like. Sorry, wait. Let me just find the exact thing. Basically, it made no sense. Your boy's like, Qwaz, I want you to rewrite this. Oh, here we go. He said, the original line was, I was in a melting meat pot with her white sticky skin. Your boy's like, can we change this, Qwaz? I was like, can I do whatever I want to this? Sure.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Giving
So
Claus creative freedom.
Lot possessed a rare skill. Her hull was fully sticking and squeezing onto me. As I drew in the sweet smell of hers, I absorbedly thrust my waist, like my penis was a popsicle in the sweltering
I
desert.
said don't
That
get my
was
Twitch
her-
taken down, you sack of shit!
That was her sticky white chocolate coating.
Good lord.
How, okay, you know, I just loop back my original statement of how the fuck do you get to that point? And how did she do that for so long without monetizing that entire thing? People
She didn't
would
believe
get...
monetizing it was good was right.
She should have taken
Well,
a
and not like
page
that,
out of
she
the
didn't
book
have a
of
way to get the
Wuji.
money.
No,
She
she
was
should
She was
have
morally-
taken...
underaged.
She was morally against monetization.
No, 100%. You need to take a page out of the book of Wuji when it comes to monetizing. I talked to Soli about this. You probably heard about it already, Qwaz, right? What Wuji does with his website.
Yeah, well, why don't you start with the story of how he contacted you first?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna yoink up those emails real fast because he was
You yoink all the
Who's
emails.
Wuji?
Asian hobbyist.
Oh, fucking Asian hobbyist. His site. It's worse than Kabato's. I didn't think that was possible because Kabato's site crashes your browser.
Wow. Do you
Yeah,
guys
okay,
not have ad block
so-
enabled, or does it get
No,
around ad block
even
somehow?
with that block, it does. It
Okay,
tries to do it on
so-
mobile as well.
Here's what happened. Okay, so you haven't heard this yet, Qwaz. People on my server were listening to this shit live. So, anyways, out of nowhere, one day, Wuji sends me an email. The header, so the title. I want to pick up this novel. There's no body. There's just a single link to a novel updates page with one of our series on it, and it's the Lady Rose Wants to Be a Commoner series. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll just contact the translator real fast. So I ping her on Discord and I explain what's happening. And she's like, yeah, it's great. I'm just almost done the next chapter, blah, blah. So I email him back and I'm like, all right, the translators, I contacted the translator. The next chapter is 3/4 the way done. And she informed me after this chapter, she's picking up a different project to translate. So if you want to pick it up, go ahead, but start from chapter 23 onwards. Pretty straightforward. Life's cool. He emails me back, okay, thanks. And I'm like, all right, hands off, we're done. Not even like 3 hours later, sends me another email.
It was only 3 hours later?
Yeah, like not even
Jesus.
like it's 3 hours later. What about Black Knight? It's group under slow. And I just respond because I didn't know who this guy is. His email is completely has nothing to do with Asian hobbyist, right? And it's Wuji as the name, so I have no idea who the hell this guy is, right? Who the fuck's this rando? Anyways, so I email him back. You make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew. Black Knight's still being translated, albeit slowly, but the TL for it doesn't want to stop. So he responds back, I manage a team of translators and just completed the Avogad average. Thanks for your concern, but I am fine. Cheers. And I was like, oh, a team. Would you happen to be Asian hobbyist then? Well, I talked to the TL and he told me it doesn't matter if you pick it up because there's only a few chapters left untranslated and the author hasn't updated in a year. If you feel like translating a dead series, feel free, so he says. Because that's what he told me on Discord. So he responds back, yes, I am Asian hobbyist. And I was like, all right, so that's what I'm dealing with. And I've never dealt with this guy or his website at that point. Like, I didn't care about him. He had some series on his site, whatever. So I said, okay, regarding Black Knight, we're done 36, almost done 35. So if you want to pick up from 36 onwards, that'd be great. I'd just like to say, as a TL to another, you should try not to focus so much on profits and ad revenue. It's irritating the community outside of your bubble with your whole part of a chapter per page system. Anyways, keep up the translating work. It's nice to see series getting completed. Because as soon as I realized it was Asian Hobbyist, I checked out his site on Novel Updates, checked what he had translated, things like that. It gives me an idea of who I'm handing it off to, right? I don't want to just give it to some MTL trash.
Isn't he kind of, though?
His translations are fucking awful.
Don't worry, we'll get there. Oh, I'll get there. So he responds back, thanks for the tip, but I have staff to pay. I forgot to add, since the novel's on hiatus, you can keep it. And I was like, how generous of you. If you're just looking to make money, find a Korean translator and go nuts on id. It's one of the most wanted translations in the fantasy genre, but it uses old Korean and it's just a major hassle to TL. But you could easily rake in money if you do it right. It also has a manga if you have team members to do that. You know, you literally go to Novel Updates, Google Wooji, and all you find are posts from him on everything regarding monetization, where people are like, oh, I want to implement PayPal. How do I do that? He jumps in. Oh yeah, how do you do that? That sounds like a cool idea. Like, he's so fucking transparent about looking to earn money, right? So his response to my email, I'll give you a tip too. Don't be so quick to judge and narrow-minded. You might learn something. Talk is cheap. I am creating a means for students to earn well from and very proud of what I am doing, and with help from mentors like Sam from J Novel Club, I intend to get even bigger. That is verbatim. That is not English. That is mostly English.
Fucking good rates. He said his pay rate was like $5 a chapter, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyways.
And that's for a novel chapter. Shit, I pay Jimmy more than that.
It's a Japanese novel chapter.
Anyways, so this happened. I talked to some of the people on my team, and apparently one of the other guys that's in my team that runs his own team as well, he's been approached by Wooji as well. This is apparently really common practice for him. He finds series that are popular or in demand, and it just approaches people to take it from them, and then just pays someone that's off somewhere else to do NTL pretty much. Because like you said, the translations are it reminds me of that guy that came along. I can't remember what friggin' series it was. We had like one chapter out. We were working on chapter 2 with a new translator, and the guy that translates Death March pops in, and he's like, hey man, can I take it? And I was, we almost have this chapter out, and he just I had to put this nicely.
You can't, just say it.
When you contact another translator and you ask them if you can take the series because it's been a few months since their last update, and they say no because they're almost done, don't just turn around and say, well, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyways. If that was what you were going to do, just do it. No one would have said anything. But you asked, you got told no, and then you said fuck you and did it anyways. That's a dick move. And I will forever look at the translator from that website. The guy that owns that entire site is a piece of colossal shit because he doesn't have the decency to respect the wishes of other people. But you know what the funniest part of it was? He went and uploaded his chapter, and we uploaded ours like a couple of hours afterwards. Because we had, like I said, it was almost done. So we just posted it, called it a day, so let him have it. But what I did, my blog posts are still up. I actually compare the translations between the two of them, and I highlight the conversation me and this guy had. His translation looked like someone had just ripped it out of Google, just straight copy-paste kind of shit. And I'm just like, the thing is, in our email conversation, I brought up the fact that, because he says our translation was kind of shoddy, and I was like, well, okay, that's fair. The person that was translating it, it was their first chapter, the first thing they'd ever...
This was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, people actually were talking about it because I aired it, and they're like, you shouldn't have done that. That's so unprofessional. And I'm like, hello? Do you like have dicks in your ears? Do you have like, what do you do? Do you pay attention? Anyways.
So this actually reminds me of a thread that I saw on Novel Updates posted by Flowing Cloud called "Can You At Least Attempt to MTL Properly?" And all they did was talk about the title, which it got translated as "I decided to cook because the losing potion was soy sauce," which is the direct Google translation of this sentence-like title. Which
If you're gonna MTL, can you be ours
the
to put a little
potion
bit of
was
fucking
a
effort in?
failure. It wasn't a losing potion. What the?
Oh god.
I mean, and I even posted a reply to this thread like, if you're just copying and pasting from Google with zero knowledge of the source language that you're translating from, why are you even calling it translating? At this point, you can just send people to Google Translate the entire page and they get exactly what you're giving them.
I like the sweet summer child that posted right after you. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right or wrong places, but I've never come across wholesale Google TL copy pasting. There's usually at least some modicum of editing. I don't know where
just
to
like
start with
this guy.
No, like
Oh my god, fucking.
I understand where he's coming from because
Oh, here, I'll link
of
you
the
so you can see this for reference.
yeah, most of the air quote popular series, if they're MTL, have some level of editing. But the issue is with the vast amount of people that are constantly joining the translation scene because of easy profits that can be made. And I went on a tangent regarding Wuxia World in this. They fucked up. So Wuxia World, with their whole donation pools and chapters sponsored and things like that, what they did was they showed everybody it is extremely profitable to monetize translations, beyond profitable. You had people making thousands a month for doing like a chapter every other day kind of thing. That's stupid.
I fucking remember how massive Deathblade's one. He got like over $5,000 at one point.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
and you know, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. People wanted to pay for it. They were doing a good job. It was
it's
fine.
Business.
However,
the market talks.
Right.
They forget people start to prefer quantity over quality.
And that's where the issue was. And the biggest
thing... It opened the floodgates to all these people monetizing shitty translations.
As a Japanese to English translator, you got dicked. Because the Chinese scene on Wuxia World and Gravity Tales, they were translating 4, 5, 6, 7 chapters every other day. And you release as a Japanese translator usually 1 chapter a week or so. But the thing is, a lot of people were just, the Japanese translators are lazy, this and that. It's like, you're going to just shut the fuck up for a second while I drop some knowledge on your head.
Almost all of the Chinese translators are native speakers of Chinese that are dual language. They're bilingual by nature, and so it's easy for them to do it.
It's not just that they're bilinguals. It's not just that they're bilinguals, like fluent bilinguals. It's the fact that China has one of the, if not the largest population of people on the planet.
Oh, no kidding. So there's more people that speak Chinese than there are that speak Japanese. But because they're natives that also speak English that are doing it, compared to most Japanese translators are not native Japanese
so what people
translating to English. Is you have people that are learning Japanese.
You have this flood of bilingual, fluent English, fluent Chinese people translating Chinese to English, dumping it online, and people just binge reading their series. And then what happens is, as any other language, pretty much as a translator, you usually take a little longer to put stuff out. All you get is people bitching about the speed. Why can't you update as fast as Coiling Dragon? You know, why can't you? Like, it's insane trying to keep up with the demand of these people.
I've got to tell you about this one guy. Back when the novel translation subreddit was still kind of alive,
Oh, is it pretty dead now?
Oh, it's completely dead now.
Oh,
there was one guy.
In comparison, it's dead,
He was complaining about a 3-chapter a week update. So I responded him saying, "The fuck are you talking about? 3 is really good. You've just been spoiled by like machine translations and other shit."
Well, it's not just machine translations though. It's definitely like the Chinese English scene completely ruined pacing. Everyone is so used to a chapter a day and things like that now. If you release any slower than that, you're just criticized.
But do you know what this man said? He's like, I don't get. I was like, if you really want chapters, like multiple chapters a day, just MTL your own shit. He's like, I don't get why they don't just find some Chinese student, pay them $5 an hour or some shit, and bam, you've got a full novel.
Was it even Chinese?
Like a week. It was a Chinese novel. That was the weirdest fucking thing. They were saying that was too slow.
You know what? Here's what I gotta say. Good luck. Good luck finding a Japanese student that speaks fluent English as well, that's willing to translate these kind of novels. It doesn't happen.
Fast.
I think the real question is, good luck finding a Japanese student to begin with.
Yeah.
Especially in the niche translation scene. I don't think there are any Japanese people. I've seen one on Discord, and he was
I
reading
know.
L/anime sing stuff.
I personally know 3 out of all the people I know. Only 3 of them are Japanese. None of them are Japanese students. Just 3 of them are Japanese.
Now, one guy I know, Yushin, he actually lives in Japan. Even though he was a learner of Japanese, I would consider him fluent in Japanese. And so he is properly bilingual to be able to do this kind of stuff. And he's usually the one I reach out to when I really don't know something. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty rare to find fully bilingual Japanese English that are also into this kind of scene, like Xant was saying. But when you compare that with the population of China, there's just such a massive population that it gets expounded when you look at this niche of bilingual people. There's just a massive amount of them.
You don't even need to be like completely fully fluent. Like, I had to do it for like a school project thing with my friend. We were like 16. He just quote himself. He said, I speak like a teenager. I can't speak like adults do in like phrases. But even he was able to blast out like, I think, I think it took him like an hour per 1,000 characters still, which is still really fucking
Oh
fast.
yeah.
Especially compared to for how long it takes for the Japanese translations.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Christ, you're as you say, he's like, I speak as a teenager. I don't know Chinese fully properly. Imagine how
Right.
like someone like Ren would be able to do it, because the man is
Oh yeah.
was a diplomat.
Yeah.
Wait. Have you seen that photo of him with Hillary Clinton? It's great.
Oh no! Please show me. Please show me.
Yeah, please. You can't just drop that
Oh,
and
God.
not share the photo.
Okay. Let me just hop back onto my computer to find this.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, Ren was posing with Hillary Clinton" and not show us. You just don't do that.
Probably one of the most hated women in the United States, and Ren got a picture with her.
I even managed to. It was
At the
a while
time, she
back.
probably wasn't the most hated woman. Let's be
Oh, yeah.
real.
I mean, I've hated her since the '90s when she wanted to ban all M-rated games. So
Okay, fair.
Let me just find it. Whoosh.
Yeah, I got nothing but respect for what Ren did with Wuxia World, frankly.
oh yeah,
He single-handedly popularized and mainstreamed, more or less, the niche community into a single place. And he did great work, quality updates and everything. It was great, but at the same time, it was a double-edged sword. He helped the community, but he critically stabbed it and watched it bleed out. Like, it's brutal, man. Like, I feel so...
I mean, not like there was anything he could have personally done about it. He was just doing what he was doing.
You couldn't predict what happened. Like, you could not predict.
Come on, don't fucking.
Yeah, so it's not his fault, but it is because of him.
His actions have direct consequences. Nobody foresaw the consequences, but they still happened.
People were just happy a relatively popular Chinese novel was getting translated, and here we are today.
And again, then you fast forward, it's been 3.5, 4 years now? And Wuxia World is still pretty popular, but now you have web novel, also known as Kidian, fucking destroying everything with its massive tents and dick.
No kidding.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Ren and Wuxia World, I remember how he was single-handedly the cause of our light novels separating into novel translations. Because all of a sudden, light novels wanted to be just Japanese, only Japanese. That's it.
Rip, you can't get the photo.
No. If you can't get the photo, but if you look on Google Images, it's the first thing and it's still there.
I know, but it's archived. You can't get the full resolution.
What about that? You can just copy and paste the preview, man. What's wrong with you? It's not the same, but it's close enough.
Right, I have a slightly bigger version of Hillary Clinton and Ren.
We just need to Photoshop the two of them together.
Again, I have a slightly bigger one, but it's got a little other stuff in there too. Let me just find the $1 million train wreck.
Oh no.
So I made this back when the whole GGP situation was
Oh yeah, shit. I remember you making those shitty memes and trying to post them on novel translations. They just kept deleting the threads.
Oh my god.
It was my baby.
Aw.
It was a
it's
dead
stuff like
baby,
this.
dead on fucking arrival.
Oh god. Wow.
Now at the front is GGP. They've mentioned his 10K a month salary, the $1 million he made. There's Ren in the top left, not looking particularly happy, and in the bottom right is Hillary Clinton just watching.
Like, it's interesting because I remember going to Korean barbecue with Shanks and FBT, and we just sit there, and all you'd hear is Shanks and FBT just completely ribbing down GGP and Gravity, and I'm just like, I wish I had popcorn, but I'll settle with the K barbecue, man, because those are some good stories to listen to. Man, he fucked up.
It was a beautiful time.
Oh my gosh.
But goddamn, he's got a 10K a month salary from them, on top of his $1 million.
Dude, when you have that much money, who cares about PR? Who cares about your public
The ma-
image? You making bank?
Yeah.
He's like, I think he's like 21 right now, 22. That when you get that much money offered to you, as well as what is pretty much a guaranteed lifetime sum for 6 figures, a 6-figure salary,
Mm-hmm.
you say, "Fuck it, my friends, I'm selling out."
Yeah. I mean, you can't really blame people. You kind of need money to live in the world at the moment, so.
You know what? I think I'm actually going to... I was going to say I'm going to slide around the display a little bit so I can display these images, but... that's a lot
If
of
you're
effort.
sharing just a single screen, just toss the image up in that screen.
Yeah.
I had to do some weird hocus pocus because I couldn't get Discord to render properly, so... well,
So
let's
as
do
you can see,
this.
I'm a big fan of intentionally shitty quality memes.
No, only the best memes are shitty quality.
I like shitty quality memes that have a lot of effort put into them,
Mm-hmm.
and this was mine.
Is this your magnum opus?
It was. I've peaked after this. There's nothing more I
All
can do.
downhill from here.
Pretty much. But it's okay. I shall let this be my legacy.
I'm going to open up with the first image here and make it a little bigger. Yeah, I wish I could get a higher quality version of that image. It's so sad that it has to be low quality. But yeah, no, so the image that's on there is, that's Ren and Hillary Clinton. Why was he even posing with her, though?
I assume because he was diplomating?
Yeah, it was a diplomat thing.
But why? What would he possibly have to be diplomatic with Hillary Clinton?
No, he was the diplomat to Vietnam, I believe. And during like one of the like big meeting things, he happened to meet and he got a photo with her. Because he was a decently high ranked civil servant for the US.
Oh, right. I got one.
This image is going to have to take the entire screen, unfortunately, because the GGP
reverse
image
search
actually...
for the win.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, that's high quality as fuck.
Reverse image search, my friends.
Hot diggity damn.
Did a fucking Chinese news site use that as his picture when they were trying to say, here's the man behind Wuxia World?
What is this from? This is from BeiMeiLife.com.
Yeah, and the image I have up now is the GGP one. Unfortunately, if you don't read the translations or you follow the scene, you're going to have no idea what any of these images mean. But anyone who does know what it means, you'll get the joke. Anyways, let's crack open that super high quality photo. Oh man, look at that. It's like you can count the pores on their fucking skin. Look at that.
If you want an image
it's
everyone
not
can
that
understand,
good, but...
I need to show you some albums from a guy called Viper. He makes the best album covers.
Oh no.
This is my favorite one. You can find it on Spotify right now. Why the fuck is Tibet still ain't free?
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Though that's that's a real one. He made it himself. They're all on his Twitter. Let me show you some of my favorite ones. I have them pinned in one of the servers with my IRL friends. For example, there's this one called "Give You Some Cheese with Every Gram of Cocaine." These are all taken directly from his Twitter. There's Viper, no allies. Wait, Oh wait, there's the classic
He
Vi-
knows exactly what he wants in the picture, and he
Viper
does
on
it.
a mission. There's the classic one, Viper raising the bar.
I almost just want to put the Discord, like the full chat, into the friggin' Twitch stream at this point because it's just image after image.
And just seeing those reminds me of Nano War of Steel, an Italian heavy metal band that's also kind of like a parody heavy metal band. And the way that they do their logo is they have this like Top Gun style Nano War, and then they like have somebody drew in paint of steel.
But sorry, this man
Also,
does
that's the
not do
best song
anything.
ever, Barbie MILF Princess of the Twilight.
This man does not do anything ironically. He's 100% serious. Oh my god, wait, I need to show you my favorite ones of all.
On the wall, THA, the wall.
So, here's one of them. It's called
Is he actually a decent singer? Rapper?
No. It's like this. It's I compare his music, his magnum opus, Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack. I think it's like the room of music. It's so bad, you just love it.
It's easier to work in reverse.
It's like this. There's this album, half your six pack higher than the other half of your six pack. But did you know there's actually a follow up to that album? And try
Oh.
guessing what that's called. It's called Half Your Six Pack Lower Than the Other Half.
Oh my god, this guy is great. You know what? He reminds me of that guy from, what was it, American Idol, that was so shitty, he actually got a record deal to sing shitty songs.
That's basically Viper. Oh no no! Oh, I forgot about this one. I forgot
no.
about this one. So there's this lovely one called Viper. I scored top 98% on SAT, 710 out of 800 on math alone. Total SAT top 98% in the nation.
That's the whole name of the song. Wow.
No, not song, album.
Oh, album. I'm sorry. That's a light novel title.
Yes. Oh fuck! I forgot about this one.
Oh no.
I'm really
Nothing.
confused. How did we even get into talking about Viper? What?
Because we were talking about shittily made maximum effort memes.
I mean, there's also straight out the Galactic M Viper 6. If it'll ever load.
And I love how he just puts himself in every picture. He makes sure he is in there, no matter
Oh, yeah,
how awkwardly.
you need Viper. Like, let me show you two more.
Two more, and then I
Put some-
guess we'll get back on topic or whatever.
Put some relish on there. It doesn't cost any extra. And
Put
then,
some
of
relish and
course-
mustard on it. It ain't extra.
And of course, the classic atomic bombs and mutually assured destruction is fucking stupid number 2.
Number 2, was there a number 1?
I don't know. He releases over 300 albums in a year. We can't.
Are
really
they just
tell.
singles or are they actual multi-song albums?
Multi-song albums, but they're all copies of each other, basically. This is his magnum opus. If you ever want to give it a listen, I only
Y'all
found out.
cowards don't even smoke crack.
I only
This is
found
like
out,
his most normal looking album. I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh yeah, but just give it a listen. I found out about it when I was like 10. I was playing WoW. It was like 10 p.m. I was running through Hellfire, Hellfire Fortress, whatever the dungeon in Burning Crusade was, and some guy just pops up, says, "You all heard of Viper?" We're like, "No, what's this? Go listen. Your cows don't even smoke crack." Get that me later. And we just breeze through the fucking thing. We're like, "The fuck is this?" He's like, "He's God." I was like, "Yeah, he is."
Wow.
And it's never left me. In over a decade, this song, I've always come back to it. I've never been able to fully
Wow.
leave it behind. One of the quotes from the song: "I sold my soul to Satan, then bought it back from God with this song."
Wow. This guy. You know what? Good for him. Good for him. Has he made money? I mean, I assume if he puts out 300 albums a year, he must make a little money.
Nope. If you contact him on Twitter, he'll try and sell you an album that doesn't exist of this song for $50, or, or he'll try and get you to use his moving company, which has very bad reviews. Apparently,
his moving company?
he has
How did a moving company get involved in rap?
He has a moving company. He'll try and advertise it to you if he can. And what'll happen is he'll pop up with like his buddy. They won't have shirts on. They'll probably be drunk as well, and
Oh,
nothing will get moved.
Oh god.
It's beautiful.
I'm sure that's also how they record their albums.
Apparently, he now blocks you if you ask him if he smokes crack.
Well, because the song should be self-evident. Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
It's beautiful.
All right, Sam, what was our next topic since we've, like, way gone off topic?
Yeah, I'd say we went really fucking off topic, but I couldn't really interfere because Qwaz just, it didn't seem like he stopped to breathe at any point. He just kept going.
You don't stop when it comes to the man himself, Viper the rapper.
You know,
oh, I thought it was you don't stop someone when they're destroying themselves.
I don't even know what to say, frankly.
Like,
oh my god, you left Xant speechless. I thought that was impossible.
Like, it's so dumb.
Just I'm very passionate about this topic, as you can see.
Very, I can feel your passion.
I have 2 of his songs on my playlists.
Oh god.
My friend unironically started vibing to one of them. He's like, "What the fuck have you done to me, Qwaz? I don't want to like this."
What have you done, Qwaz?
But yes, continue.
Anyways, now that we're done that unbelievable segue to China, let's come back.
Yes.
Rein it in. Yeah, but anyways, the topics. So we talked already about Wuji's bullshit he pulled with me. We talked about the thread that Soli wanted to cover on novel updates. I think really there's like not much left that we had that we wanted to talk about. But I know for sure we did cover the over monetization briefly.
Yeah.
What else? There's one other topic, and it's slipping my mind. What was it? No, bitched about Wuji, bitched about MTL, bitched about over monetization. I covered all my points. You covered all your points. It looks like we actually did end up going.
Oh
over
my
everything.
god! And we did it in like under an hour.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit!
So
it's our last podcast for like 3 hours long.
No.
To be fair, that last podcast that we did solely, I think it was actually our guest, wasn't it? They pulled a Qwaz, except they didn't stop pulling a Qwaz, and they just kept doing it.
We were just Qwazed in all different directions.
So what you're saying is we can continue talking about Viper the rapper.
Oh no!
No.
Or what? Wait, Xant, sorry, have you heard of Lil B the Bass God?
No.
Because the man released a diss track towards Reddit itself.
Towards Reddit itself.
Towards the hip hop subreddit, because they started calling him out on why are we getting information that you're asking underage girls to write "I love Lil B" on their bodies somewhere and send the pictures to you and post so you can post it on your Twitter.
Oh my god, I think I vaguely remember this story.
They kept posting it. And then he came up and said, someone made an AMA saying, "I heard you're talking shit. Show yourself."
Someone just sent me, because they heard us saying we had really nothing left to talk about. They just sent me something that Wuji said.
Wait! There's someone actually watching this shit?
There's a couple people. But
holy fuck! What's your Twitch name?
It's you know what? I'll actually just link it in the chat.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh yeah.
And click. Oh right, Xantboss. That's right.
Yeah, but anyways,
mute that so I don't hear myself.
Rolling...
Holy shit! There's like 2 people watching. How did that happen?
And the comment. A translator released chapter 100 and went AWOL, but chapters 101 to 105 are on Patreon, so I translated 106. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this. And what's your opinion on that? If someone has the chapters released, like, how long were they gone AWOL for? Do you think that that should follow? Because we have the whole unwritten agreement, the 3 months that most people follow.
Usually 3 to 6. It just depends.
So someone had chapter 100 and then 100 and 105 behind a paywall, and they went AWOL for a couple of months. Would you take the series from them or leave it because it's behind a paywall?
Well, I mean, wouldn't somebody have to translate 101 through 105 if it's not publicly available?
Yeah, what's the
Why would you continue if nobody can actually read the whole thing?
That's stupid.
I mean, when I picked up Yusha Party all those years ago, I eventually went back and translated chapters 1 through 3 just so it could be a nice reading experience from beginning to end.
Of all the things he can monetize, he doesn't monetize the thing he can actually monetize.
It's Wuji, man. And actually thinking about going back and retranslating, we talked about Kumo yesterday, the spider, and how it got picked up by an MTL that went blazing fast through the translations, and everyone was on. Even Ray was on board, for Christ's sake. She was so hyped to read it.
Are you talking about Turbo's Kumo-chan translations?
Yeah, the ones that were released like 2 a day or whatever, and they were like sub-quality. Yeah, but you know what the thing is?
Oh, it hurt my brain to read them, but for some reason I couldn't stop.
Yeah, and then I feel so bad because someone has to go back and retranslate it because it's so fucking poorly done. I hate that. It drives me personally insane when the New Gate is a great example for manga. The guy that originally was doing the typesetting and stuff, he just black boxed everything and just slapped. It looked like he used paint, for fuck's sakes. Like, opens the image in paint, black boxes the bubbles, throws in the text, saves it, moves on to the next one.
Left-aligned manga text.
Yeah,
it was my soul.
So somebody had to go back and redo every single chapter using his translations as a base because they couldn't translate, but they could at least typeset.
Oh my god, someone's actually doing this for a villainous novel right now. You can actually see it on Manga Dex.
No, have you seen the potion manga, where it's like the potion lolly girl is sent by the goddess into the world? Some of the thing. If you look up potion isekai, you'll find it. But I think it was that one. I feel so bad because there's one group, they're doing good translations for it, and it's really well typeset, etc. But there's another one, they're just speeding through it like fucking.
Didn't J Novel actually pick up that manga, so it doesn't even matter if people did a shit job because they'll actually do a good job? Or did they only get the novel?
I can't remember, but I felt bad because the good people were getting ignored for all the.
You know what? So I checked the title of that thread that I linked you guys, and it's the main
but J
character.
Manga or a J Novel does actually do the manga of I Shall Survive Using Potions, so you'll have good quality of the entire manga on J Novel.
Is J Novel actually good quality? Because I keep hearing absolutely mixed reviews. Some people say that it's unbelievably.
Enjoy it. I think it's great, and you know they do their simul pub, so you can kind of get it as they're translating, but then they still go back and edit it to be even better for the
actual translation though, because you can get any decent English speaker and have a really
I think it's great
thing. But it comes down to, are the translations accurate? Because that's the big part. You have no fucking drought of people willing to edit if you're going to pay them like J Novel does. But it doesn't matter how good your editor is. If the translation is wrong, there's no amount of editing that's going to fucking fix that.
I guess that's something we have to try and find someone who does translate.
But that's what I mean, is what I've heard from people that have read the Raws then read the J Novel is it's extremely spotty. It completely depends on who's working it. Some people are excellent and it's like practically like perfect translations, and other ones
for me I only read the girly ones. I don't read most of the other ones that they do.
Yeah, and then it's like the other ones,
and
it's
those
like
ones are good.
an N3 translator, right? Like it's not great, it's not terrible, it's kind of that middling. But hey, you know what, it doesn't look like he has any like N2s or N1s, so Oh no, Qwaz,
what are you doing, Qwaz?
Qwaz has sped up again. You got to reset your mic.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that was him talking.
Yeah.
I forgot his mic did that.
This mic is shitting on me for some reason, and I have no idea why.
That's actually I
I
love
think
that.
your phone is ringing or something, but no, it's just you actually talking like a fucking.
Apparently earlier tonight it went completely roboty. I don't even. Okay, back to what I was trying to say. Have you all made sure to download the One Manga Plus app?
No,
Oh,
I
I think didn't
use
somebody link that in the net chat?
I just use Tachiyomi with plugins.
Because y'all gotta make sure to support the free official translations. Otherwise,
Is
we're never gonna get shit.
is that actually legit free official
Yes,
translations?
free
Wow.
of if with the long running series, you'll only get the latest 3 chapters, and the first 3 chapters or so. But they have some where you can where they're being translated first onto Manga Plus.
Ah,
Yes.
Yabai finally joins us.
Yibbity yobbity, right as we finish all the topics.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
But-
came here just in time for the end.
But basically, like, it's really good to see them there. But I kind of feel bad because a lot of people won't read the popular series like Doctor Stone on there, even though it has an official release for free that
Mhm.
comes out at the same time as Japan, because Jaimini's box have a guy who's stolen the rules, and they can translate using them to get it out before the official release.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know how Jaimini's keeps getting away with that. Haven't they been sent to C&D yet?
I'm not sure. I know the Raws guys have been arrested. A few of them
Woohoo!
have been arrested. Like, and Shonen Jump, Shueisha, and the other ones have even cracked down. Like, they've stopped sending copies to certain stores where they think they're being stolen from. But
Wow.
it's still going on. So Joy Mini's box is still able to translate like super fucking early, get all that
Mhm.
sweet ad revenue, and then the official app doesn't actually get it, and then they're like, maybe it isn't worth trying to get official English releases.
No bueno.
They've become manga stream. They became everything they said they wouldn't.
You know, but that's every site though these days. Or every company, I should say, they swear up, down, left, and right they won't repeat the mistakes of their predecessors, and then they go, oh, money, and they go and repeat the mistakes of their predecessors every time without fucking fail.
I don't know why, once it's actually licensed by an English company, they don't just immediately stop and let the English company release it. Because that's the point. The
Okay,
fan translators
so-
translate it because it's
Money.
not licensed.
Here's my stance on it, because I do the manga as well. So we translate chapters and we release them. Once the official series gets picked up, we continue. And the core reason we will always continue until they catch up is because of companies like Yen Press. They take series, they start, and then they drop them summarily within 2 to 3 volumes most of the time. If you go and look at the roster of things that Yen Press has purchased, they have dropped over, 70% of them before Volume 5 has come out.
Well, I would say if it does get dropped, then you pick it back up.
Well,
There's no reason
All I'm saying is
to assume that they're
stopping.
not going to finish.
The thing is, once they start catching up, you drop it and you just stop, and then you leave it up to anyone else if they feel okay to take it up. But
I disagree on
stopping-
that one. I think
The-
once it's picked up, you drop. And if for some reason
If-
it stops or it becomes an X license, then you pick it back up.
If the company contacts you to say, hey, you need to stop because we're officially doing it, that's instantly hands off. Yeah, you right, fam. I'll let you steer this ship now. But if they don't contact you and they just start officially doing it, my stance is just keep going until they get within 2 to 3 chapters, and then you just cold turkey it. You just stop. You don't even put up a post saying we're done translating it. You just stop. And there's no point trying to compete with the official translations at that point, because that's just everybody and shit. You don't want people getting really you don't want people digging too deep into the gray area that is the manga and novel translations and stuff. You want to just kind of leave it, because right now we're mostly ignored, because most people, once they're contacted, they just drop a series. You know, the author goes, hey, could you not do this? And you just, like, a wild last boss appears, right? SD picked it up and he dropped it within like 3 chapters. He never really said why, he just did it. So then when my team picked it up because they really liked the premise of the story, I get contacted by SD on Skype. He's like, yo, hey, you need to drop that. And I'm like, yo, why? Like, you dropped it. You know, why should I drop it? And he sends me the conversation he had with the author, where the author's more or less begging him to not translate it because he's so embarrassed of the writing. And we're like, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Oh.
So we just dropped it, right? Like, right there, we're like, we're done, right? It's like, okay, fine, we'll respect the wishes of the author. And
God.
but that's the thing, right? Is if we didn't and we kept translating it, eventually the author's going to catch wind we did it. And if he's with a publishing company that decides to dig in and they find that we have a bunch of other IPs on our site, we're up shit creek. It's just so much safer to drop these things if you're ever officially contacted. But until you're officially contacted or until they catch up, all you're doing is providing a service to people that want to read the series. You're not taking any money out of the hands of the company by continuing your fan
actually
translation.
you are, because then your stuff is up there and people will not read the official release because it's already there available for free on the internet.
Here's the problem with that train of thought, though, Soli. The one big issue with that. One, if people want to read it for free, they will always find a way to read it for free. Whether that's somebody buying the English version and just scanning it and putting it online, or whether that's using a basic OCR system or even Damboru, because that has translated chapters too, where people can just drag and drop over text bubbles and type in what it should say in English. People will always find a way to read it. The people that want to buy the novels or the manga and want to support these companies, whether or not you can get them for free, will buy it. And even me, I'm like, my nose fucking reaches the sun. I'm so Jewish when it comes to buying these kind of things. I have the first English hardcover copy of Overlord because I enjoy the series so much. I still bought it. And when Volume 2 came out, I was going to buy it as well, but unfortunately lost my job by then, so I was like, I'm just going to hold off until I get a new one. But it's on the to-buy list because I like the series so much. Same with Mushoku Tensei. Even though I've read the novel from beginning to end, even though I've read the manga online, you know, up to current, I will still buy the volumes because I want to support the series. I like it and I want the company to know that.
So now let me offer a rebuttal to that. So obviously, the dedicated fans, they will definitely always buy whether there is a free version or not. The ones that you want, the ones that get caught up in this are kind of the middle ground ones, like, oh, maybe they would, but it's free, so I'm not going to bother because I can find it free. And those are the ones that they lose out on. They lose out on those middle ground people that don't actually care all that much, but they might have bought it if that was the only way to read it.
The problem is the video game companies that have been trying to say piracy hurts sales, have been trying to do the same kind of stance for the last, 10 years? And every single study has shown the exact opposite. If anything, more people...
Video games? What about music?
Yeah, but the thing is, by being exposed to the media for free, you get more people into it. A perfect example, actually, and this is one thing I've noticed, game demos. Back when I was younger, we had game demos everywhere. I went to the Blockbuster, game demos. Went to the Rogers outlet, game demos. Went to Walmart, Toys R Us, whatever. I could demo things. I bought a brand new game for my GameCube, came with a demo disc with like 4 or 5 games on it. I could try a few minutes of each. Yeah. And you know what? I played those and I'd be like, this is really fun. I want to buy this game. When I don't have the ability to demo or try things, I go and I pirate it so I can try it and decide if this is worth my money or not. With manga, I'll go and I'll read it online. Do I like this enough to actually buy the hard? Is it worth, like Bleach, for example, is it really worth buying 800 friggin' hardcover novels for my bookshelf, right? Not being able to dip your toes in and read it before buying it, in my opinion, is detrimental. That's why I'm a real fan of the local chapters that we had here before it got bought out and changed to some other store. It's a bookshop. They had the entire manga display.
I do appreciate a good brick and mortar bookstore.
Yeah, and every single book, fiction, nonfiction, everything, you could just pick up off the shelf and read. And if you wanted to buy it, you just take it to the counter and buy. You could read everything they had on display there and not buy a single thing. They didn't care. And they made tons of money. And I look at this and all I can think is, even if some people think that you're stealing revenue or profit, all you're doing is exposing more people to the series, to the art, and all you're going to do at the end of the day is drive profits up. As long as you're not stealing profits by selling your translations, as long as you're not directly selling the work to other people, to me, there's no harm in doing this kind of service.
I guess the reason I'm on this stance right now is actually because of a couple very specific groups that I've been in interaction with lately. And these are people that they started the project and it actually got licensed relatively quickly by a service called TappyTune that does a lot of manhwa translations for an extremely reasonable amount of money compared to almost all their competitors. It's a very good system for purchasing coins, very cheap, and they do relatively good quality stuff. And there are a couple groups out there that specifically stay ahead of the release.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with it because, like, like even you said, piracy is a service problem, not because again, like Xant said, if people want to steal it, they're gonna steal it no matter what. But more
Right.
often than not, it's a service problem. And the thing is, there are really good services out there. Like my, like I said earlier, my issue is with groups like Jai Mini's Box right now. They're, we have an official, free, up to date source of manga for the popular series, and Jai Mini's boxes are using literally illegal scams to get before them so they can get the majority of the revenue. And so again, what we've been asking so much for so long, can we have an official English release? Like something like that, like we're used to. Shueisha said, yeah, sure, here's an official English release. Everything is same day as Japan, released the same time as Japan. All the greatest series like
And it's
We
great.
Never Learn,
It's wonderful
Dr.
that we have
Stone,
this service
yeah,
now.
The Promised Netherland. And the problem is the app doesn't get the majority of the views. So they see, and then they'll probably end up seeing this isn't doing particularly well. Should we really continue this? Nah.
See,
let's just go back to setting volumes.
here's the thing, and I think a lot of people gloss over this. Unless the company is completely and utterly inept, there is no way they are not aware of these other places offering their media. It boils down to, is it worth issuing a DMC? Is it worth issuing a cease and desist? Is it worth
considering
the
that
PR?
specifically Jimini's Box, they have had police arrest people for providing the RAWs. They're definitely interested in stopping Jimini's Box.
What I'm getting around to with this is, even if their app isn't bringing in views, they can still gauge the popularity by looking at these other sources and seeing the view counts there. Because almost every decent website will track view count for the public, so they can get an idea of what's going on as well. Or they can always query the website as well, like, hey, we know you're hosting
You do also have to remember that when things are available for free on Moss like that, people will read things they're not necessarily super into just because it's there and it's free.
Yeah. See,
I mean, I read stuff that I would never actually buy, like tons of it.
Oh yeah.
But it's there, it's free. I'll read it.
Let's... Like my penis was a popsicle in the sweltering desert.
Let's pull up another example here.
Zach, you were called a dickhead, but a knowledgeable dickhead. And I think that's a very accurate description of you.
Yeah, I've heard more colorful explanations.
I'm sure I've said some of them.
Oh yeah. For example, I do a lot of my manga reading on MangaDex, tons of it, because it's convenient. Everything's in a single place. When it started, I wasn't really keen on it.
Which is what I really like.
When it, don't worry, ads will come. There's still that's the thing. Once the bandwidth gets high enough, they're gonna have to. It's an eventuality.
Rest in peace, Potato.
Yeah. Anyways, with them being DDoSed, I found myself like because I use, like I said, I use Tachiomi on my phone to read manga, and it uses plugins to access other websites. It's really flexible for that. But the thing is, because MangaDex is down, I now have to have duplicates of everything in my reader app, right? So it's a service issue for me in that scenario. If a new solution popped up where, let's say, it was a mobile app that, let's say MangaDex had subscriptions for like a user account, and another website popped up with the same deal, and then you downloaded this mobile app that would read your subscriptions on the site and merge it into a single list, and if it was unavailable on one site, it'd be able to get it from the other, right? Like Qwaz brought up, service is a huge thing when it comes to piracy and free stuff and things like that. We see it happening
and
right
ease
now.
Of use.
We see it happening right now with what's happening with the Epic Games launcher. Personally, I don't want to install another game launcher.
I sometimes forget that exists even.
Yeah, it's like competition in anything is healthy, whether it's manga, games, anime, TV, anything. Competition spurs innovation and it drives things forward. But the flip side of that is once you become established, it's very hard to knock you out of that position. When you have a service, like let's say I'm the publisher for Tokyo Pop, and I'm like, we're gonna make a mobile app to read all of our series in one single place and make this real easy for people. That's the ideal. You charge them a $5 a month fee to get access to all the manga you've ever published. I'll tell you right now, people would buy the shit out of that subscription.
J-Novel almost does that. However, they only let you do that for the things that are currently simulpubbed. Once they've actually put together the volume ebook, then they take it off and they only leave up the stuff that is still yet unedited.
I'm gonna just throw out a quick call out here to one of the guys in the chat who talked about Manga Rock. I used to use Manga Rock, and I used to like it because it was snappy. It had the best looking interface out of all the apps. $5 one-time fee for unlimited downloads and all this thing. I was really happy to use it, but when I changed...
Isn't it an aggregator?
See, that's the thing. As I was about to say before you cut me off, you fucking cockweasel, once I started translating and doing work myself and uploading my work, and then I found my work on Manga Rock with all of my credits stripped out, I realized very quickly the exact type of website they were, and I instantly uninstalled their app and switched over to Tachiyomi.
That said, there is no way to really stop aggregators. The most you can do is educate readers to not use them, because you can't hit the supply, you have to hit the demand.
What I did,
it's like the drug war in the United States. They're trying to get rid of the cartels, but it does nothing about people wanting it, so it just makes more people supply drugs. You have to get rid of the demand for it.
What I tried to do was start my own manga reader instead on a personal server I had in my basement. Posted a chapter. Can you guess what happened when I posted the first chapter?
Overloaded your bandwidth.
Oh yeah, that entire thing went down within minutes. And then subsequently, my ISP continued to shut down our internet because they thought it was a botnet. Turns out, after the first couple of chapter posts, we got pinged to be scraped. So we had bots constantly scanning the server to scrape content.
Oh, that's what Batoto said. They were trying to mitigate, and they just never could.
Yeah, so I had to take down the server because there was no way to handle that many requests on a home line, right? So that was that.
I wonder how MangaDex gets around that. I mean, because obviously the bots are scraping them because our stuff shows up at their aggregator sites, but.
Actually, so this is one of my guys, one of the guys on my team has actually figured out how to counter all these stupid ripping sites, and we've been embedding the text in our releases for the past like 20 chapters.
What have you done, Xant?
I'm not going to say what it is. It was really funny, though.
Oh my god, this is going to be the Reddit versus Instagram incident all over again.
Well, because we found out how a couple of the major aggregators were ripping content, because what he did over the course of a couple of releases was he inserted different things to just see how they would react on the other side. So what he's been doing is he's just been slowly injecting more and more and more. So what happens now is when the aggregates rip our content, they have to go back and fix it. But for the first 20-30 minutes, usually, it'll display only this chapter was ripped from, and then our website plug. And that's all it'll show on these ripped sites. And then they have to go back and manually fucking do everything because their bots aren't scraping properly.
Oh, it's beautiful. You should teach MangaDex how to do that.
Reminds me about manga.
We don't do it with manga. We do it with the novels. We can't do it with the images. But I did think of a way to do it with images. Which when once I get a proper business line, so once I start paying a shitload for internet a month, I'm gonna set up a proper manga hosting solution that will. So here's my concept for it. So it's gonna be a double layer. First layer is gonna be the image. The second layer is going to be the text. And this is going to be a two-pronged thing. First off, it'll mean that it'll be applicable for any language. So if someone wants to download it and translate it to their own language, there you go. That's actually why I've been really forceful with all of our redrawers for the manga to be able to fully redraw the entire image. And people always go, well, why don't you just, put the text and redraw? It's like, there are groups in the past that have contacted me for our raws, or not our raws, but our cleaned versions to use for their languages. So I've just adopted a general, make it so any language can use it. Anyone can just
not
pick
a bad
up,
idea. I like it.
And then, then the second layer is the text. So somebody comes along and tries to rip our content, they're going to rip the image. They're not going to rip the text. Or they might just rip the text and not the image. And it'll cause them to have to write actual, custom code. So it'll throw a little hiccup in their wheels. But then the
or
second
you could do
layer,
something like whatever Comic Walker does, because it is impossible to rip off their site anymore.
The second one is you use a protected JavaScript so that the image isn't actually, like, the only way to properly get an image is effectively screenshotting it.
It is if you print screen, yeah.
Yeah. And I've learned you don't want to do it that way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
How could you scrape Xant?
Oh, because someone asked me to do it nicely for them for a single chapter, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And then I got about 15 pages in, and I was like, yeah, you can get fucked.
Didn't I once ask you to do something like that, and it was, like, practically impossible?
Oh, wait, Xant, you talking about how Manga Rock is one of those scraper apps. So, before I knew all this, and I'm kind of stuck because there's no Tachiyomi on iPad. So, I was reading one of your series on there, and funny enough, despite the fact they rip your credits off, right at the front was you bitching about someone when you said, "Don't post my shit," until a full, like, 12, 24 hours
guy
later.
Tilted me so hard.
That's it.
Literally
Wow.
the first fucking page of this thing. Because this guy, on the previous chapter, I had said, please wait about 24 hours before posting our work elsewhere. Thanks. That's it. That's all I asked. This guy waited about 2 hours before fucking posting it somewhere else.
Yikes.
So I called him out on it. And I was like, you. And I pointed out the timestamps and everything. And I was like, I asked one simple thing and you can't fucking do it. I hate people like that.
You are the problem.
Let me see if I can find the fucking thing. It was hilarious.
Oh, if you can't, I can. I got it saved somewhere.
Oh shit! Let me see. What was the series called again? It was the.
It's probably Nobu.
Yeah, it was Nobu. Oh, it was Nobu. I can't remember the exact name of it though.
Was it chapter 15?
Izakaya Nobu. That was it.
No, it wasn't 15.
That's not manga text. What the fuck is this?
Izakaya.
Fucking manga dex copies. Right at the top result, a Mangadex thing showed up. I was like, oh, Mangadex is finally in Google. No, it's someone called Mangadex.top. The fuck? It doesn't even look like Mangadex. Fuck out of here. And there we go. Mangadex. Was it like... Let's try 15. That's the Indonesian sub? No.
We're doing experiments now?
Yes, the first experiment. How long till we can get Xant's stream banned?
Oh, no.
Didn't you already try that earlier? Somehow we're still here.
Oh yeah, Yabai, we read some of
Meat Toilet.
No, it was World Book. Remember?
Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Meat Toilet. It was her other one.
It was World Book, the one that got deleted, and we made gifs because Yabai forgot to download all of the chapters.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm innocent.
With the shit you translated, you are so not innocent.
Hey, still translate.
No, you translate good, cute, pure stuff now, but the shit you used to translate, Jesus fucking Christ.
But I want to still finish it.
We still never.
Did you say you want to finish it or you want to fetish it?
I want to finish it.
Yabai, you know what we started and never finished?
What?
The Meat Toilet visual novel.
I'm still doing it.
You are?
Yeah, I do it.
Oh, I found it.
I lost a lot of progress though because my computer fried.
Wait, no, that.
What? When did your computer fry?
My computer was dying.
It fried eggs.
Did you run out of food?
I wish.
Had to fry your computer?
I mean, it would cook an egg for sure.
I can't find it now. Where is it?
Qwaz, you
It
failure.
should be chapter what? Probably 12 or 13.
Let's try 12. It isn't at the start. Let's check the end because I remember because it did show ones where he said please take 24 hours to do it, and then just nothing showed up. I was like, wait a second, I thought it was here. No, it's is it 15? 14? No.
I don't know. I'm just along for the ride on this one.
I want it because it was a beautiful case of Xant just getting fucking salty.
Oh no. When is Xant ever not salty?
It's not here. I can't find it. Don't tell me someone removed it.
Uh-oh.
I actually wouldn't be
Quasi failure.
surprised.
I only see the 24 hours minimum before ripping this and hosting it elsewhere.
You know what? They probably did delete it then, which I find really sad.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that shit's hilarious.
I still like the fact that the scraper app kept it in. Maybe the scraper app will have it. Let me check.
That's right, because it probably doesn't update, right? It just scrapes it once and it's done.
Yeah. And I'm annoyed because I can't get something like Tachiyomi on iPad, and I've gotten to the point where I have over 1,000 different titles saved on here, and it's kind of hard to swap now.
How do you keep reading 1,000 different
Rock. Chances
series?
are
That's
it's
what I
on
wanna
there.
know.
The only problem is I have to keep them to the I've read this and I want updates when it comes out, but most of them either are finished or just ditched, so I don't have to worry about updates. I've got about just under 200 updates I still need to read though. Mainly because I don't feel like reading some of them because I got bored. I'm gonna be honest. Is it? No, don't tell me it's all gone. They actually update. Oh no, they changed they've changed it so you see the credits page at the end of the chapter, aka don't look at the credits page now.
Wait, so it does have the credits page or it doesn't have the credits page?
It has a credits page. The only thing is, the Manga Rock app has changed it, so they try and sneak any credits page at the very end into like a little thing box that says credits, so you don't notice it. I found it.
Oh no, here we go.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to screenshot this because
Well, because
you
it's on
can't
your
save
phone.
the image. They don't let you scrape their own app.
Which site did you find it on?
It's on the Manga Rock app.
Which chapter?
Let me check. It is the end of chapter 18.
So wait, Manga Rock actually does novels, or did you do a manga?
It's a manga. It's an actual manga. So maybe I just missed it on 19. No, it's not there. It's not on 18. It's not at the beginning of 18 to my I don't think, unless I did miss it.
Did you lie to us?
No, it's not on Mangadex. They removed it from Mangadex. Let me show you the screenshot.
It looks like everyone cleaned it out. Fuck.
Wow.
This is the the screenshot of Xant saying, "Don't do this shit."
I just see it start with, "Hey you, yes you twit."
So, how does it feel? You're on Manga Rock, nothing. The Scraper app has got your back, Xant.
I feel betrayed by those I trusted.
Here, let me just read this for the crowd. Hey you, yes you twit. I asked for something so goddamn simple and you go to fuck it up. 24 hours minimum before ripping this and hosting anywhere else. Remember this? Of course you don't. I posted this at 11:38 my time. And he proceeds to post screenshots of when this person posts only a mere 10 hours ago. It's now 11:30 a.m. my time. You posted it at 1 a.m. You waited a whopping 2 hours. Fuck you. Says
I love the
there you
voiceover.
go. And
I'm
I love
moving
how
it.
Xant's the one that wrote it, but I'm the one that voiced it. Xant is right here.
There we go. I went and pushed it on the stream so everyone can read it in
there
all of
we
its
go.
glory.
Hey!
I still can't believe this the aggregator of all things is making
Saved
sure
your
people-
beautiful piece of art.
You know what the best?
It's like with YouTube videos. Do you watch the video and then decide if you like it? No, you like it before you watch. You post it before you read.
Just hit that like button and smash that bell icon or whatever it is.
And subscribe. You smash the subscribe. So like
Subscribe. Oh yeah, guys, I need to
Subscribe.
tell. I just reminded something by Yabai being unable to talk. Did you know Yabai thought a wok was a made-up word for
Shut
quite
up.
a while?
A wok?
No way!
Like a cooking wok? Like a cooking wok or taking a walk?
Wok,
Why would
W-O-K.
you do this?
I only found out because Zufat pinged me saying, Qwaz, you know what a fucking wok is? I was like, yes, of course. And you was like, stop lying to me, guys. This isn't real. I was like, I don't know what a wok is.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
bye.
How young were you when you first learned what a wok was?
I knew what it
16.
was.
Yeah,
I knew what it was.
16.
16! You were 16
bye.
before you learned what a fucking wok is.
I'm gonna kill you guys. I knew what it was. Just didn't know how to pronounce
Yeah,
it.
how do
correctly, 'cause
you
guys make fun of
live,
it.
Yabai? I'm
How else
so
do you pronounce
confused.
W-O-K?
Shush. You make fun of my lisp. I had surgery, you know? My tongue.
I didn't know you have a lisp.
She doesn't. She's full of shit.
I do. I do. I don't pronounce my words as I because I
I
had
thought
a
you had an
tumor on my
accent.
tongue. No. I'm American. I was fluent. But I had a
I'm
I mean,
American. That
whatever
that
is-
excuses
like,
it.
It makes you sound like you have an accent. You don't sound like you have a lisp.
Wait, Solly, do you mean all the times I've said, it's okay, Yabai, English isn't your first language, you believed it?
I
Oh
may
my
kind of not have known until this year that
Oh
she
my
was
God.
actually born and raised in America.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my-
And I
It's
may
okay.
have also thought she was Asian and not Mexican heritage.
Oh fuck. Okay, I found
No,
it. I
sorry,
knew.
it's okay. You're not as bad as Leo. I
Oh,
know Leo
no.
for well over a year, and at one point they're like, they were like, oh look, Leo's sister dated a guy called Jeff. Maybe you can date Leo's sister. I was like, oh yeah, Leo. I was asleep, and then they were like, fucking.
I
Oh,
found it in my
beautiful.
archives.
Oh, you're a beautiful man, Xant.
But fucking Leo's like, no, I don't want black in my in my bloodline as a joke. And Talk's like, didn't you hear? Qwaz isn't black anymore. Katsuragi is here now. He's like, wait, what do you mean Qwaz isn't black? You can't take away his race. They're like, wait, what? He's like, Qwaz is black. It's like, Leo, Qwaz is black? Yeah, Qwaz is always. What do you mean Qwaz isn't black? Don't fuck with me. Like, Qwaz has never been black, Leo. How have you not known this in over a year?
You're black in your heart.
It took him over a year for him to not realize I'm not actually black.
It's okay. You can still be our token black guy.
You're a token black Englishman. Just roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm the token black guy. Forget
I mean, hell, I introduced my boyfriend to you. I was, oh yeah, this is our token black British guy.
Oh yeah, one of your people I was introduced to as the token black guy.
Yeah.
It's the one who shares very good
Token
taste
black
in-
British guy.
Oh,
You have to have British on there. There's a difference between just token black guy and token black British guy.
My current
Very
shtick is
different.
seeing
Much
how
more
many
posh.
people believe me when I say I'm actually from Alabama, but I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, because my parents raised me with an English accent, so people would get confused.
Oh my god, I
I'm
remember
Birmingham.
when you did
They're like-
that.
They're like, oh, from
You
England. or
had me.
Birmingham,
You
Alabama."
had me for a little bit. Just
Oh yes,
the tiniest little bit.
I remember now.
But you shouldn't feel happy about that because I'm incredibly gullible.
It's okay.
Yes,
you-
I can
many
tell.
many people have fallen for this, Solly.
By the way, I have to apologize to all the people that will actually listen to this. Yabai is of El Salvadorian heritage, not Mexican.
You're
And
fake
German.
news. She's a Mexican. I can hear the burrito from
It's all
here.
Spanish though, so
Wait,
what do
I
I
thought you
care?
said- Goodbye. I thought you said you were Honduran.
No.
Oh!
She doesn't even know.
No. I told you exactly.
She-
Freaking Constitution is the truth.
She's heritage fluid. Come on,
Torque-
be accepting.
I'm just
ruined you.
an American mutt, so I
Torque
have no
started
proper
this mess.
heritage.
We blame him. We blame.
It's
Torque.
always
He
Torque's
started
fault.
this. Yes.
Always Torque.
Though that said, Xant, I have some of your people in me, so a little bit of French Canadian.
You
Oh,
can
no,
keep
the
the
worst
you can
mix of
keep the
all.
French Canadians. I don't want them.
There's a reason the Canadians don't want French Canadians.
Look, not even the French Canadians like the French Canadians. Come on.
Yeah, the only three heritages I know of myself are the French Canadian, Irish, and Shawnee Indian or Native.
You're right, Senpai.
And I'm sure there's other things in there too, but those are the only 3 I know.
Yabai's too deep in her own lie. She can be anything she wants.
Qwaz, you bastard. Actually, no, Torque is the one that we should blame.
I
Can we
am.
all
Dude, I'm
say
sure
fuck
for
Torque?
in response to Senpai on here who said people in France don't even want the French Canadians. French
Oh, no.
Canadians in Canada, I'm sure, are similar to British that Americans are to the British.
If I remember, a lot of the French Canadians find the French people find French Canadian pronunciation weird.
It's okay. It's like the difference between a hard South accent, like a Texan, versus someone that's more in the North. There's
Did
like
you just try to do a Southern accent?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I thought it was more
the
like
fuck?
European and American Spanish.
No,
where-
it's like when you're from the northern part of the States and you go down to the southern ends, that the southern drawl that they have, they look at it kind of
Oh, it's
more
just
like
the way you say South is fucking Canadian.
wow, it's almost like I'm fucking Canadian. Who would have fucking thunk? You dumb broad.
Oh, wait, have you guys
Christ.
heard European Spanish? You will love it. It sounds like you have
Oh?
an eternal lisp.
Can we not?
No one knows why, but so how do you say the letter 0 in Spanish?
You're not talking to anyone here that knows
Actually-
Spanish, so
Actually, I only learned from 1 to 12. So
Motherfucker!
Oh!
Okay, Yabai, how do you say the letter 10 or 11?
the letter 10. We need to have a talk, Quaz.
let me say, it's been so long.
It's I'm
Uno,
sorry,
dos,
English is
tres,
not my
cuatro, cinco,
English
seis,
language.
siete,
English is
ocho,
not my
diez.
English
Yes.
language.
Yes.
Yes.
Quaz.
So,
Yeah, it's diez.
so in European Spanish it's 10, and 11 is 11.
It sounds
All-
So,
German.
like, once, trece.
So 11, 12, 13.
It
All
sounds.
all the C's. Anything
You sound
with
like
a
a
C is
fucking retard. I hope you're aware.
Yes, anything with a C is a th. Z is also a th, and all the V's are B's.
God, all you fucking non-Americans calling Z Zed like it's some word.
What do you
Also,
mean?
so
You're the
whenever you
only country that does it differently. Like the imperial system. You're the only country that uses it. You are the
Liberia
ass
also
backwards.
uses it, and so
Yeah,
does
can you
Burma.
get-
Oh, checkmate! Liberia also uses it.
And Burma.
Yeah, and
Burma
you know how
also
fucking
uses
ass
Wait,
backward
Burma?
those places are?
Yes,
Fucking Burma uses the imperial system.
that it
What?
does.
Look at America comparing itself to a bunch of uncivilized sand lands. Who the fuck saw that coming?
Whoa. There is no sand in Burma. I'll have you know.
What is
I won't
not
s-
connected to the Gobi Desert?
I'm not sure about the
Isn't everything in
uncivilized
Asia
part.
connected to the Gobi Desert?
It's connected to China and India, and a little bit of Bangladesh.
Bangla where?
But we don't.
You know,
talk about-
northern India.
Where?
Northern
I-
India.
I had an American education. I don't know anything other than my state.
But it's great if you want to say I live somewhere. Instead of saying vivo, you say vivo.
Beep boop.
Have you
Hong Kong.
guys? Question: have you guys seen
Newt
how
Newt.
Google Translate takes Somalian?
Oh
No,
no.
because I can't say I'm exactly playing around with Google Translate.
I have learned a good chunk of Somali from Google Translate. I want you to go in and just type in a load of the letter U.
All right.
I'll pass.
Translate.google.com. Set language to
Somali.
Somali. To translate to English, you is you. Two U's is he.
And just
Three
think of the most
uses
racist
you,
thing you could say
you.
in pretending to be Somali.
Oh, there we go. 5 U's is he is. 6 U's is it is. 7 uses back to he is. Still he is with 8 and 9 and
You know,
10.
here's
and
me
11
listening
is
to this.
capitalized.
And it's just like
12, 13,
there's such
14.
thing as software bugs, but I guess we're beyond that point now.
Yes.
Let me show you. what
Oh,
the error
wait,
has
once I
caused.
reach, oh shit, once I reach 20, it's why is he doing it?
This is the error in Google Translate. So you could type ooh, ulu, ooh, ulu, lulu, ulu, and it is a great job.
Good lord. I'm just gonna add a few more U's. Oh, so 21 goes back to he is, but then at 22 or 23, it's why.
Even Google Translate's not too sure at this point.
Oh, and 25 is forbidden. 26 is back to lie. 27 is he is the head of the police. Good lord, this is 28 is the Department of Homeland Security.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so only when you said you were easily entertained before, you really weren't fucking kidding. Jesus Christ.
I'm not even drunk
She's
yet.
cute like this, right?
Like, I could get a fucking red laser light, keep her entertained for hours.
She's a
Yep.
kitty.
That's
Wait,
me.
Since we're going into other topics, Xant, Soli, Yabai, I want you to listen to some Viper music.
Oh god, no.
No. Gonna
Oh, dear.
pass.
Why do you do this to us? I didn't know you hated us, Qwaz.
Just give it a question. Just give it a listen.
I will
Listen to
pass.
stream music too.
No, I'm gonna pass.
It's like
I
the
thought
room.
we were friends.
It's like the room of music.
We're friends, but we're not that
The
good friends.
room of music. Good lord.
Is it
You will
bad?
never
First, so
ever
far, I
stop
actually like
me
it.
from snowbirding.
Which one were
At
you
first,
listening to, Yabai?
You will never.
Yes.
Forever.
My
I actually
friend,
kinda like it.
that was the one my friend was like, why the fuck am I starting to hum this hate? What the fuck is this? Now I know who I'm
This is the kind of music I
for
listen to.
sure.
Actually, I'm very.
Yeah,
sorry.
bye.
No. Why, Yabai? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, bye. Don't.
I should
No.
send you my Spotify list. It's
I.
really
Oh,
Yabai?
please
No.
don't.
Yabai,
Please,
I think,
no, God,
I-
no.
If this
I
is
think
what you
you might
listen
like
to on
this,
the
Yabai.
regular, oh god.
Let
think
me
you'll
see
like-
what it is.
I think you like Keyboard Sorcerer.
Okay, if the
Oh God,
transitions
I
were
thought I was hearing the song in somebody else's microphone, but no, that's just the song.
Yes.
Cause if it didn't have like this, like the the record board swish 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 so much
Oh,
in
yeah.
the beginning, I would like it. But so far, it's just annoying.
Keep going forward. Viper is one of my favorite things. By the way, this
Hold on,
background.
I have to interject, because one of the comments
Buy a
says, remind
cassette.
me what this podcast is about again.
Yeah, because you guys keep going off topic, like Qwaz with his Viper. Every fucking time there's any radio silence, Qwaz is like a fucking Mormon, door to door. Have you heard the word of fucking Viper?
He wants you all to know that y'all cowards don't smoke.
Like,
crack.
holy shit, Qwaz.
I mean,
It's okay.
It's just
It's
ex-translators talking about topics. We haven't specified what.
Why don't we
topics.
talk about Fruit Basket, new release?
Wait, what?
Or the
I thought that
anime
series
version.
ended like 5
it's
years
rebooted.
ago.
Well, no, it's
getting
got
a
a reboot
reboot.
this season.
What?
I appreciate that Yuki actually has a male voice actor this time and not a fucking girl voicing a
Yes.
guy.
Fruits
It's
Basket is not dead?
It's
That
just
said,
done.
I thought the original was more impactful when Toru was digging through the dirt trying to get her mom's picture. It just felt a little bit flat in the new
Yeah.
version. But other than that, it's been a good.
Happy news
yes,
though.
it's also getting a follow-up.
Boo.
One Punch Man!
One
You
Punch
know,
Man's
I-
been getting a lot of drama.
Thing is, with One Punch, it started really nice and I enjoyed it, but after probably about 15 chapters, I was just like, man, this is really poorly done. I've noticed
It
everyone
suffers
seems...
from the Noblesse problem where the main character is so powerful they have to be out of the story for the majority of the arc until they're actually needed with their
It's-
overpowering power
The
to
only
do
difference is
something.
It's
No,
not
West
just
told-
that
no,
though. I
up
just
to
mean
two
the
series,
characters are shallow. They're not interesting. It's the same issue that I had with like okay, Konosuba is another great one. I hated the humor. I don't like the concept of dry, the office style
Oh,
humor.
you degenerate! How dare you not like
Yeah.
Konosuba?
The cringe humor, right? And whenever somebody defends it, well, it's an excellent deconstruction of the series. It's like you can just
No, it's
take
just
a
fucking funny.
well, it's you can take a sock and fucking choke on it, you dickhead. You don't even know the words coming out of your mouth. You just heard it from someone that sounded smart, and you're like, "Oh, that sounds pretty
Oh
good,"
my.
and you just took
Oh.
it for your own. You don't know what makes it good. You just like it because you can just sit there, turn your brain off, and have a good old chuckle at it, and that's fine. All I'm
Yeah.
saying is I fucking hate shows like that because I have long lost the ability to do that. After watching, oh god, how many hours now? I am easily past the 10,000 hour mark now of just anime in total. I
Zach, be
cannot
like
just
me.
turn off my brain.
Hey Zan, do you want to watch some Bobobo
Just
together?
quit anime.
Oh no.
Quit anime for like 5
Quit
months like I
anime.
did. And then come
No,
back
Zan,
and
Zan,
enjoy
Zan.
everything again.
Just come with me to
Okay,
Bobobo.
Yabai, you know what the problem with that is though? When I come back and it's like, oh man, I haven't watched anime for 2 years. There's gonna be
And then
nothing
there's
but
just a bunch of shit.
because that's what we have. That's what we've had for the past like 7 seasons. Just
Well,
shit.
it's not.
Even the really
Hold on,
promising
listen,
ones,
listen,
like
listen. It's
Darling in the
not
Franks.
that
I
it's-
wanted great things from that, and it started great,
Oh, it
and the
started
ball
so
was
well,
rolling,
but they
and
didn't
my
have
dick
enough
was
episodes.
diamonds, and then it just blew up halfway and killed itself. It literally
know what?
committed Sudoku.
But
You know what?
anyway, what the point I wanted to make is the fact of like, the past so many years we've been getting so much anime. There's a lot of shit. It's because we're actually getting all of it. We're not just getting the
good stuff.
handpicked best ones. We're getting
No.
everything. That's why there's so
You-
much shit to
The
wade through.
problem is, though, is I'm actually just straight comparing even the things that people consider great to things that were considered great back when I was younger. Like, okay, it's really unfair as a comparison, but the chance of us getting another Cowboy Bebop, another Ghost in the Shell, the chance of us getting even something like Ergo Proxy, unbelievably slim, because these
God, I love your
these really out there concepts and these more niche ideas are probably never going to get realized again because they don't sell. If you look at the anime that's come out and been popular over the last 5 years, it's all been really shitty, more or less isekai, harem, whatever. Like, pick your shitty tag, it'll have it. And it's not so much like that's not the fault of the animators or anything. They're doing this to make money. It's the fault of the fans that have absolutely
Barely
garbage
any money.
taste, and they absolutely love the idea of fucking Kirito and Sword Art because it's my power fantasy. Look at how socially not awkward he is. It's no, just could you just fucking not?
Huh.
Oh, wait, that reminds me.
Why there's shitty anime?
I saw something really interesting come up like a couple of years ago. When you're watching anime, you say, "Oh, I haven't watched something like Lucky Star." Everyone's like, "The fuck you mean you haven't actually seen Lucky Star?" Nowadays, are there any? There are no series which everyone's like, "How the fuck have you not seen this already?" It's just a load of indifference.
Okay, no.
But
You try to tell
Oh, no.
people.
Oh,
you
you've
try to tell
unleashed the
people.
beast.
Oh, I haven't watched Konosuba. How have you? That's the best series ever. It's like you can just die. That's what you can do. You'll be doing the world a great service.
So harsh.
apart
No
from
minced
Evangelion,
words here.
for some reason, everyone I've talked to about Evangelion hasn't seen it, but had a very strong opinion about it.
Okay, the
What?
problem
You're
is.
not saying it.
Okay, here's the thing with those classics.
Get the fucking robot.
No.
I haven't seen
Okay.
it.
Evangelion, Ghost in the Shell, the original Bleach, the first bit of Naruto.
They
what
were
else?
genre changers of their
They
time.
were. And the thing is, even if you never watched it, you've only ever heard good things about it because people definitely do have a heavy dose of the rose-colored glasses. I'm not going to say they don't. I do too.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I
But
still go
at the
back and
time,
rewatch
it
Gundam
was
Seed
so
every now and
novel.
again, even though it's garbage. See, that's the thing. Even if you've never watched any of these series, it's really easy to have an opinion about them. And only because everyone else has an opinion and you've heard their opinions or you've seen things, people talking about their opinions. And that's what you like. You see a thread of 500 people talking about it and nothing but good things to say about it. You're going to be, it's pretty good. I've never seen it, but it has to be good. But if you actually sit down today and watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, the first 5 episodes, you'd be like,
It's
this is
very
shit.
slow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Right now, the average season is 12 episodes, a single core, 12 episodes.
Right.
What I'm used to is 50 plus episodes. And even though
And
some
Sunrise
se-
still
okay,
does that for Gundam, which I appreciate.
like some series did it very well. Some series did not. Gundam is one of the did nots. It reused a ton of animation, an absolute boatload of animation. I would say there was only probably about 3 to 4 minutes of unique animation in each fucking episode. Like, it's insane.
I miss 2D mecha. I miss 2D
Yeah.
mecha so much.
So,
I mean,
And then-
3D is fine, but
then you
it's
you
just
go
not
to
the
like
same.
Dot Hack Sign, 52 episodes, was it?
Oh no,
Each
that was
one?
only 26.
Was Dot Hack Sign only 26?
Dot Hexine was just 2 core.
Was it? I vaguely remember there was more.
I mean,
You know
there
what?
was
I
a
might be
Roots
crossing it
follow-up
over.
for the second series, but that one was only like 12 episodes, I think. Well, no, maybe that one was 2 core also.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to shield this, but everyone go watch Uchota and Kazaku, the Eccentric Family. I fucking love that show. to
Ah,
bits.
that was a really
That-
good one.
I adore that show.
But that's
That
because
is-
it's based off an actual real novel,
Yeah,
not a light novel.
that is my
Oh,
favorite
okay.
show
That's
from all of
why.
them.
It was 28 episodes. That's why my brain was fucking frying with it. It was an irregular.
Now, I do
No.
want to touch on what you said about people not watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. People may not have watched it, but they have definitely watched something influenced by it because it was such
True.
a game
Yeah.
changer of its time.
But the problem is the way that Neon Genesis Evangelion, when it was originally written and animated, it was really good. It was unique. It had no tropes in it. But if you go back now to watch it, it's loaded with tropes. It's going to be very unbearable to watch unless you have nostalgia glasses on. The problem is it doesn't hold up to what we have today in terms of what people are used to.
But it's
Tastes
the first one to do
change.
those tropes.
Yeah, tastes change,
gets
and
it
unfortunately, people have their opinion and their concept of what things should be formed by what's come out today. You go back and try to watch any of these things. You go back and try to watch Gundam Seed. You go back try to watch Dot Hack Sign. You go back try to watch the original standalone complex. You're not going to be able to sit through it because they're slow paced. They take their time. They very much flesh out every single thing that they can, even if it's completely unnecessary to do so. But that's the way things were done. Today, it's, Overlord's a fucking excellent example. Let's take an entire volume, compress it into 4 episodes.
Oh no, even better. I don't even remember what anime it was, but it compressed entire volume into 2 episodes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
And then you have series like Mahoka, which confuse the shit. They actually skipped the beach. The entire volume dedicated to the beach and character development. They're like, yeah, no, let's not do this. And I was just like, what the fuck? How did you do? What?
It's okay. We don't need to talk about the Mahoka adaptation, Xant. It's okay. We can save it for the next episode. We can save it for
That's
the
right.
next
We should
episode.
probably find some kind of segue to an end at this point, shouldn't we?
We've only been
Well-
going for 2 hours solely. The night is
Solid.
young.
It's
I
more
thought
of-
we would wrap it up under an
Solid.
hour. And
It's not
now
that. It's more of if we
See,
start on
solely,
Mahoka,
we
we're not
would
going
have
to
if it
end.
wasn't for
I
motherfucking
can
Viper.
Dream, okay.
Hey, Viper's important. But Viper won't go on for 5 hours because I know how much Xant likes Mahoka. That's the
Oh,
reason
no.
we're basically leading the project. I know if we start on it now, it'll be like 5 a.m. your times by the time
This-
we finish.
What time
This
is
is
it for you,
Xant's-
by the way, Qwaz? You're
Xant's
in
wild
Britain
ride.
land.
Funnily enough, it is 5 a.m. for me.
What are you
What are
doing?
you
still
doing?
Up?
What?
I woke up like 12 hours ago.
Boy.
You know the way we can end
Why?
this? I know
When I
a
was
perfect way.
basically when I went to hospital, it kind of screwed up my sleep schedule because I wasn't able to sleep because I was basically I was in the cardiology ward because they didn't have any other spare beds. The problem is everyone in the cardiology ward is very old, so there are some other issues like people making strange noises in the night. And as it happened, the
Oh,
newest
dear.
guy to be introduced started making these noises in the night. Ah, fuck yeah.
Oh
yeah, fuck.
no!
Oh fuck.
Oh
was-
no!
And he was saying it at like that volume, like, ah, fuck yeah. Ah. I was like,
I guess if
can't
you're stuck
sleep."
in the hospital and you're old, you just don't give a shit anymore.
Also, the guy next to me would occasionally scream in his sleep.
Oh no!
He was a
Why were
lovely
you in
guy.
this particular ward?
Lovely guy, 78 years old, but he would occasionally scream. Basically, they had no other beds, and that was the ward they happened to have 3 beds in, so I got moved there initially.
Wow.
But other than that,
For
it was a very
you.
nice place. The beds move up and down.
Is that an important feature for you?
Yes, it was actually very no. Actually, the best part of the hospital. So you know how normally like they'll pick you up and you'll go walk over to surgery whenever you need to have surgery or something, or they might wheelchair you there. No, they don't do that anymore. They wheel the entire fucking bed there.
Oh,
So-
I mean, I know they do that if you're going into like surgery or something, but that's just to go
No,
do
just for
normal thing.
everything now. If you need to go have any form of procedure or anything, they'll wheel you everywhere, up and down the lifts in the beds.
So
Which
I
is
Honestly,
figured out,
I guess that's easier because then they don't have to like get you all arranged into another seat
Yeah.
and then move you. and then move you
I
back.
figured out why this podcast has taken almost 2 hours. It's because every time Qwaz gets a moment to talk, he derails it every time.
That's usually my job.
Oh yeah, I'm very bad at keeping on topic. By the way, I often go on tangents about tangents.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tell.
So Soli, we're never inviting him back.
Oh no.
Basically, if you want, you need to. I need to.
We
be
put a
given, like,
muzzle on him, and we never
I need
invite
to be
him
given a
back.
schedule of topics to make sure I can keep on topic.
What do you mean?
But-
Even if I gave you a fucking topic list, you would just start talking about Viper again. Let's be real.
It's true. You know
Viper
you
is
would.
important. Not as important as Bobobo, but he's still very important. Oh yeah, Zant, you should watch Bobobo. That's
Someone
like a
needs to
master
put
of a
you
dub.
down for your own good.
Bobobo is a master of a dub. It is one of the best dubs that has come out and will ever come out.
Oh boy. But anyways, yeah, I guess we can call it a night. We can continue and do another podcast another day without Qwaz.
Sounds good to me. Thanks for joining us, Yabs, and thanks for joining us, Qwaz.
Yeah, Yabs jumped
And
in
thanks for
after
joining
all
us,
the
people that
actual
actually watched
conversation.
on Twitch. I don't think anybody will watch this
Bye-bye.
fucking thing.
Guys,
Once
watch
I
Bye-bye
upload the
forever.
VOD.
manga.
Goodbye.
Bye bye forever.